Hello, Marcus Montgomery, customer acquisition expert, life coach, business coach, and marketing specialist. And I want to address a couple of things today. We have several of our customers, clients, and also people that I consider students, people I'm currently mentoring, that have asked, and also investors who have asked what type of criteria I consider when making an investment or when deciding to purchase or invest in a business. And this question kind of arose from also a recent Instagram post that I did, and I gave a little hint by just sharing three criteria that must be present whenever I invest. So I'm going to go over there's actually 7 primary things I look for when I invest in business or when I purchase a business opportunity, when my wife and I do that, or when we start a new endeavor. There's 7. And you're going to notice in most of the things I talk about, it's usually in sequences of 7 or 10. And there's a reason for that. 7 represents completeness and or divine perfection. The number 7, for that reason, is a continuing theme that you'll see when you are working with us or following us. And then also there's number 10, which represents universality. But primarily, most things we deal with, we'll be doing them in numbers of 7 to represent completeness. Okay? So the 2 things we're going to do today, I'm going to give you the 7 things, primary things that I look for when we invest in and or purchase a new business to add to our multiple streams of income, which is a separate program that we'll talk about another time. And then at the end, I'm going to make an announcement, okay? So let's get right into it. The first thing that I look for when I invest in a business or decide to purchase or start a business opportunity is it must be passive income. What do I mean by passive income? It must give me the choice to run it passively if I choose to. Now, what I mean by that doesn't mean I intend to run it passively. It just means if I wanted to, I could run the business passively and still make a good deal of money. And what that means is I could put a team in place, or else there's already a team in place. So maybe it just requires my money to operate the business with a minimal amount of management, or I could hire someone to manage the business for me. And that's one thing I always look for in a business, because I'm busy, I travel a lot, I have several of the businesses I'm running, so if I start something new, I want it I plan on being involved, but let's just say that I want to take a hiatus, or I have other things I'm focusing on. I'm going to be in Africa or Europe or another part of the world, and I can't do it for a while. It will still run and continue to earn income in my absence. So that's what I mean by passive. It must have a passive component, number 1, for us to get involved with, okay? Number 2 is it must have a residual component. So most of you are probably familiar with residual income, but what I mean by residual income is once we make an initial sale, the business must continue to pay us month after month after month after month, year after year after year after year. So we look for businesses to where we sign up clients, they'll continue to be happy clients and continue to pay for our services month after month. And I always advise my clients to do the same. If it's not passive, if it's not residual income involved, I recommend you don't get involved with it, because to build wealth, you need to have residual income, something to where income keeps coming in, even if you're unable to work, even if you don't want to work, even if you take a break from work, if you're on vacation, for whatever reason. Income needs to continue to come in. So residual is an absolute must in any business that we invest in. And the business that we share with our clients are all residual-based businesses. Okay, so that's number 2. And some of these things I wrote down some extra notes, so apologize me. I just want to look at these. It's hard to remember it all sometime. The third thing is that in any business that my wife and I invest in, there must be the ability for us to recoup our investment in 90 days or less. And the businesses that we are currently helping other people start all have that ability. They have a high enough selling item that we can high enough selling ticket item that we can easily recoup our money within the first 90 days or less. And I don't like to tell people this because it always is based on your performance and your desire and your not really your ability, but your if you have the desire, we'll help you with the ability part. But with all the businesses we start, you can recoup your full investment within 90 days or less. And actually, with the two that I'm working the most, there's no reason why you shouldn't recoup your investment in the first 30 days. I did. And most of the people we work with recoup their investment in the first 30 days, in the first month in the business. Okay? So that's another important one. If it's not something where I see the potential for us to recoup our investment in 90 days or less, then we don't invest in it. And that's a big deal because, in most businesses today, you're looking at talk to business experts, you talk to the people over at the SCORE, or any of the people that are business advisors, and they'll tell you with most businesses, plan on not seeing a profit for the first 5 years. Well, to me, that's nonsense. I want money the first year. I want money the first month. Okay? And so in this day and age, with the digital marketing we have, with the ability to reach the numbers of people we can reach, we never could do this before in the history of the world. When I was coming up, it was newspapers, phone books, all print media. Now, you can send out a video, you can send out a tweet, you can send out an Instagram post, and you can have hundreds of thousands of people see it. And so you can attract people to your business in a way that we've never had the ability to do in the history of the world before. What a wonderful time to live in. Okay, fourth thing, and I'm sorry, I'm writing some of these down because there's extra notes that I want to cover while we're talking about this. The fourth thing I look for, there must be the ability to run the business remotely. Okay? So what I mean by that is, let's say that I want to go over and spend 6 months in Africa. We have a home in Africa too. Let's say I want to go work from Africa and the business is based here. Well, I can still run that business. The businesses I develop, I can still run from Africa or wherever. As long as I have email, as long as I have access to a phone, I can still run my business from anywhere. So any business that we invest in must have the ability to be run from anywhere with simply a laptop and a phone. And even though we have teams here and salespeople and what have you, as long as we have access to email, as long as we have access to a phone, we can still run the business remotely. So that's number 4. Okay, number 5. Any business that we invest in and any business that you invest in, I would suggest that you make sure they have a comprehensive training program and they have comprehensive support. This is very important because anything you start, you want to have a working knowledge of how the business model is set up, how it operates, how you generate income, how you keep customers, how you acquire customers, and how you retain customers. Those are very, very important components. Also, you have to have support because if you're dealing with a digital product, especially, if something goes wrong, you want to make sure that business model allows you the opportunity to correct the problem quickly so that your customer service is 100%. Okay, so that's the 5th thing. Make sure that it's something that has full training and support. Number 6, and this is the big one. Number 6, any stream of income that we add, it must have the ability to earn a 6-figure annual income. Because if we're talking about wealth building, it's not worth my while to invest in something that's only going to bring me a $20,000 a year profit. It might be to some people, but for me it's not. So I would advise you, if you're really talking about wealth generation and building wealth that's going to be there not only for you but for your kids, your grandkids, you want to add streams of income that offer you a steady, strong 6-figure income year after year after year after year. Okay, that's another important one. And then number 7, which probably is the most important thing, you want to pick a business that truly helps people, something that is truly needed. There needs to be a demand, and it has to be something that you enjoy. So at the top of the list, I've read the other ones first, but I saved the best for last. Really, in my opinion, it has to be something I know we're going to enjoy. It has to be something that I know is going to help our clients. I know that our customer is going to be happy. I know our customers are going to come back again and again, going to refer other people to us. And that's the major thing. We want to give back in this world. You know, we're not just here to exist or just to be consumers. We should be givers too. Okay, so those are the 7 things I look for when starting a business. And we do have a little booklet that covers those more in depth. If you'd like that, you can email me, Marcus at MontgomeryMediaGroup.com, or you can call 208-703-2849. Okay, thank you.